yesterday picked up 2 pigs. So we've got breeders. We now have a boar and a sow. These are gonna be our breeding pigs. So they are sweet, they're sweet pigs. Just some chickens here in a minute. These pigs love milk. Good morning, I am Dustin Aleman. This is Aleman Family Homestead. Our hope for this channel is that you are able to pick up a tip, a trick, a golden nugget to help you on your homesteading journey. If that is the case, go ahead and hit subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Keep bringing comments, feedback. Appreciate all of you and your comments. Hey, we have a lot going on actually. This week we did a lot. So we picked up 2 more guardian dogs. We got 2 Pyrenees. So Natalie found them on Facebook a couple days ago. They were trying to rehome these Pyrenees. They were just on less land and they needed more land. And we've been looking for, I don't want to call them replacements, but they're replacements. Maui is 6 years old and we want a new guardian dog about every, I don't know, 4 to 6 years. So we got 2 Pyrenees. They're over there. We have them on a lead right now because they were not trained. We need to train them, so we're letting them off leash and all of that, but they're over there right now. So we got 2 Pyrenees. Then we got 40 more turkeys, and they're in the brooder with the hens and the 2 ducks, and that new brooder is bulletproof now. So I think the ducks with their loud quacks has helped. So we've got 40 turkeys in there. We've lost some. And then all the hens are in there with 2 ducks. And then we also yesterday picked up 2 pigs. So we've got breeders. We now have a boar and a sow. We temporarily put them and we set up some cattle panels and they're over there. We'll introduce you to them. They're 5 months old, so they'll start breeding here in the next 3 months or so. So lots of new stuff over the last couple of days. Natalie is starting to move the fence. Today is move day. We are moving the hens. We're gonna flop these hens. We're also moving the hogs, our meat hogs, and we're gonna go milk. We'll check on the garden. We'll check on the baby poults. We've got a lot on store. We've got a lot on tap. We're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the hogs, the breeders. We have a lot going on. So we'll keep you updated, but we'll bring you along for the journey. So where we're moving these, we've got cactus popping up. Natalie just pointed this out. We've got some cactus flowering. That's kind of cool. Not that we want cactus all over our property, but we kind of just let it do its thing. But that's cool. Look at those flowers. Okay, so it's so much easier with 2 turkeys. Natalie just she held the 2 turkeys while I moved the house. These ducks are just crazy. They're all over the place, so no big deal. I'm gonna finish this fence right here, and then I'll leave it open right where the chickshaw is, and then we'll kind of force the ducks in there. All right, yeah, so you see these ducks. So what we try to do, they're just so skittish. So we try to give them access to the feed before we let these crazy girls out, scavengers. So once the chickens, once the hens and the roosters get out, these ducks tend to run away, but you see they're over there munching here. So I'm gonna give them a second to eat, and then we'll let these girls loose. Okay, so some before and after. We've been moving these hens every week now because we have the turkeys and the ducks in there. So this is what they did. I mean, they don't do a whole lot of devastation, but they do a decent amount. I mean, you can definitely tell where they were. I mean, they tear this up pretty good. They leave all the goodies for us here. And then you can see this nice grass. I mean, this is very, very thick, lush grass. These turkeys in here are loving it. I love seeing this. Like these turkeys don't even care about their feed. They're in here getting all the bugs and eating the grass. Good stuff, good stuff. Ducks are doing their thing, hens are doing their thing, all good, all good. Oh, we gotta come back out. Gotta fill up this pond that's dried out. Onto the pigs in the garden, and then we'll introduce you to the new breeders. All right, so we've got, this is for our meat pigs. This is for our new batch of pigs. We're gonna give them all our scraps. There's 1.5 gallons of old milk in there. We did 2 pounds of grain, and then we're going to do, we had 3 old chickens. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. We had 3 old chickens we're gonna make a swill with. I threw some charcoal in there. We had a fire the other night, so we've got charcoal in both of these. All right, so here's our 2 new girls. I don't know their names yet because the kids keep going back and forth, but super, super sweet. They're around 8 to 10 months old, we think. But again, we've got them on the lead right now because we'll let them off later. We have too much going on right now. They bolt, they take off. They come back, but we need to get them trained. So we haven't had the time to properly train them, but these are our two new farm dogs. We're excited to have them. Again, we just have them on the lead temporarily. We have Cooney on the lead because when she gets off the lead, she comes over and tries to be alpha with them. So just because of the amount of chores we're doing today, they're leaded up. When we come out later on, after we get all the morning chores done, we let them off and they'll run around. And eventually, once we get them trained to stay and come, they'll be running around with us. All right, so here's the garden. Garden's coming along. Yeah, it is. This is what happens. It's just going nuts. I keep saying it's all of a sudden it'll turn into a jungle. This is nothing yet. It'll explode here in a minute. Yeah, you can see, I mean, everything's just popping up. We love it, love it, love it, love it. Looking good, looking good, looking good. There's our bulletproof brooder doing its thing. That's it. These are all volunteer tomatoes that just kind of popped up. So we're gonna move those and replant those. But here's the brooder. Look at this. Oh, the ducks got together. They're smushing them. Okay. So Nat says they're smushing the turkeys. How many? So we had 8. So we've got 30. So they actually sent us 1 extra, which is great. So they sent us 41. You saw that one toppling around. 1 died on arrival. So we had 40, and then we've lost 8. So we're down to 32. So 32 turkeys. These are hens that were in my office. These ducks have been doing their thing. They're just nice and loud. They basically, our thought process was, they're just like a goose. I mean, they're very loud. They are very loud. We can hear them from our porch when they're quacking. So that's what we've got in here to ward off predators. But this nice hardware cloth has helped. So turkeys are good. We've been giving them magic water and feed. Their feed looks good. Everything's good in here. All right, so here's these piggies. What I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna push them through that fence. The cows are in this paddock. I'm gonna run them along this fence, and I wanna get them out. We've ran hogs here the last couple of years. I'm gonna get through where we ran them. This part of this pasture right here next to this fence is really bad. So I'll let them tear that up and then just keep moving them out that way. Here's our thought. So you can see the kids are over there with our breeders. I'll bring you over here in a minute. They're in an area where we just have hog panels right now until we figure out what we're gonna do. What I think we're gonna do is take this fence, train these hogs to this fence, put these hogs in the bigger fence. We've got another 100, this is 100 linear feet. We have 144 linear feet, and it's a chicken fence. It's a lot higher, so that when I finish these hogs off, that's usually what we move them to. It gives them more area, and it's taller, so they don't start jumping this fence when they see me coming with food. It happens. So getting them out sooner rather than later is great. With these 2 hogs, we're gonna run them. We kept going back and forth. I mean, these are our breeders, so the male and the female, the boar and the sow. We were just gonna leave them here, But the more we were thinking about it, we're like, why are we not? Let's just pasture raise them. We can rotate them on pasture all summer. And then our thought process is we take the hog panels or the cattle panels, and we're gonna house them in the high tunnel this winter with the hens. So we'll set up an area, and then we can run a deep bedding system. We already have a deep bedding system in there. We do not have a deep bedding system over here. So we don't really want to just leave the hogs in one spot. It'll get dirty and stinky, and you've got parasite issues. So the more we think about it, I think we're just going to rotationally graze both sets of hogs. The deep bedding system is amazing for them because we're constantly adding carbon and we don't have any parasite issues. All right, so I'm going to open up this gate. We're going to move these hogs through. It's going to be a little bigger move than I thought. Nat's got a lot on her hands in the garden. I'm just going to get this done on my own. Come on, pigs. Come on, pigs. Come on. Come on. Am I over? All right, so we've got them on fresh grass. This is really, you can see over there, we've got like all this thistle popping up. Gosh, there's one right here on the corner. I'll try to, when we move them next, I think Natalie was talking about, we're gonna go get that other hog net and we'll set that up. We'll let them tear this up this week and then we'll move them on here, and then we'll, okay, we've got a bigger hog net we're gonna set up here, and then we'll take this hog net and get these, our breeder hogs in. So let's go meet our new piggies. Well, before we do that, look what these hogs did to this area. I mean, they're getting good. This was 1 week. Okay, so we're gonna meet the new addition to our farm. These are gonna be our breeding pigs. So Natalie and I it was funny, we were looking at them. And they're 5 months old. You can see here's the mama. She's gonna be the mama. Hi, mama. The sow, and this is the boar here. They are sweet. They're sweet pigs. So it's funny, you can see his balls.
They're there.
They're there. We've raised pigs for 5 years, and we never. They're always castrated, right? Because we're raising them to slaughter. So it was funny when we're like, oh my gosh, he's got balls. We never see a hog with nuts, with balls. So there they are. He's intact. They're 5 months. They'll start breeding at around 8 months. So we're about 3 months out, which is perfect. We're in the July area. We want them to breed in October. We want to breed in October because they do, it's a 3-3-3. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days is their gestation. It's crazy. That's how quickly they pop out these piglets. So that's gonna put us right around January, which we want, because we always like our 2-month-old piglets around March. And then we raise them from March until October. That's a perfect cycle for us. So this was perfect. I mean, we couldn't have lucked out anymore.
It was a great farm.
And it was a great farm. Yeah, they raise hogs close to the way we do. This wasn't like a traditional, you know, hog production plant, which is just, I'm not even gonna go there. So here's what happened here. Is that poop? Did they poop in there? Okay. So this happened very, very quickly. We really weren't prepared. So we set up a makeshift house for them. This is cattle panel, and this is not enough area for them. We know that. We literally just got them yesterday. We dropped them off last night. They haven't even been here for 12 hours. Well, around 12 hours. So for 12 hours they've been in here. We kind of threw up some shade cloth. We ordered the pig nipples and everything from Amazon a couple days ago. Amazon showed up with an empty package. First time this has ever happened. Empty. There was nothing in it. It was supposed to be the nipples. So we had to reorder. That's coming today. We do have another 55-gallon drum, so I'll put the pig nipple in, so they're gonna have water. And they're just gonna be in here for a few days, no big deal. Look, they've already tore this area up. You can see how grassy it was and what they've done in a 12-hour period. They're just gonna house in here. And again, we had so many thoughts. We're like, okay, maybe we'll throw a gate on here because we've got an opening here. We'll expand this. We really don't like raising, we don't wanna raise them like this, right? So this is gonna get really gross. We're gonna have to come in and either you muck it or you build up a deep bedding system. So we'd have to throw 2x in and continue to add carbon if they're gonna be in a stationary area. And honestly, that's as much work daily that's gonna add up to a rotational, once a week rotational move. And we have the land for it. So when you add up the man hours, if we had to come in here every single day, either muck poop or add carbon, I guarantee you the amount of time we're spending there, I would almost bet that it would be more time spent mucking poop and adding carbon than it is to throw them out on pasture, get them trained to electric, and rotate them once a week. And with that system, they're on fresh grass all the time. They're giving back to the land. I mean, I've talked about this time and time again. I have so many videos on how we rotationally graze and why it's better for the land. I'm not even gonna go into that right now, but the thought process here, this is temporary. We've got them temporarily set up. We're excited to have them, So I'm gonna fill up some water in this 5-gallon bucket. So we've got, hold on, Beba. We've got half a gallon of milk in here. We have our food scraps. I threw 2 pounds of grain and some charcoal. And then I've got 3 chickens, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. I'm gonna throw those on and create a swill. That's what they're gonna get today. I figured out the math. I'll talk about that here in a minute as well. So here we go. Happy pigs. New pigs, new farm animals. We're happy to have you guys. We are so excited for this because now we can control our meat pigs. And I've talked about that a number of times. We've just had trouble with raising our meat hogs. So super excited to have them.
Come here, come here. Dirt.
I'm gonna eat it. Just some chickens here in a minute. These pigs love milk. All right, so we're gonna leave. We weren't prepared for this. We'll get all this over the next few days. They have water, we'll throw this in. The problem with this is they're gonna come over, they'll drink a little bit, and then they play with it. So they're not gonna drink all this water. It's fine. They've got some water. I don't know if they can get to that. Okay. Yeah, so once they're done eating this, I'll come over and pour this water in. But they've got 1.5 gallons of milk to hydrate them. Just really, really good. Docile. We're super excited to have them. These, so like Natalie was saying, so our first year that we raised hogs, we had one of these. Are these Berks or Hams? I always get them mixed up. I think these are Berkshire. Well, there's Berkshire and the Hampshire. The pink.
The gray, the brown, and the black and white.
All right,
this
so
one's black and white.
So the male is a mix of Duroc, Berk, and Hampshire. And then in this guy, or the female is, I think, Berkshire. And again, look, I don't know. I don't know the names. I don't care. I'm not trying to win the award of understanding all the breeds. I don't care. They're one of the shires. My point was, our very first year, there, she's drinking. She's getting some water in there. Okay, our very first year when we raised hogs, we had this black and white, and we had a pink, and our black and white one was our favorite, and we got attached to her. Her name was Blackie. Yeah, Natalie. This one got attached to her. We had Pinky and Blackie. Those were their names, and we were this close because she was so sweet. We almost kept her. And then we were like, wait, we are nowhere near. I mean, we were a year into our farming. We're nowhere near experienced and ready to go full-time on hogs. What are we thinking? And we ended up putting them down, and it was sad because she was a really good pig. Well, these two are just, and they were docile. They'd come up and sniff you and love on you. Where you see our meat pigs, I mean, they want to eat you. Where these will, they don't bite you. They let you rub their belly. It's I don't know. It's their nature. So we lucked out with them. We're excited to have them. We're excited to reproduce and have our own sustainable pork.
Get away from it.
What are you doing?
Have you filled it up already, Finley? All right, so we've got 3 chickens in here. I'm gonna explain this in a minute, why we ended up with chickens. I'm gonna let these boil while we, fences off, baby, fences off. We're gonna boil these while we get this girl milked, and then we'll go feed this to our new hogs. So I'll explain that ratio too. How do we end up with? We ended up with like 25 whole chickens, good chickens, edible chickens. My poor sister and brother-in-law, they live a couple hours away from us, and they do the same thing we do. So they butchered chickens these are their chickens from last year. So it was their meat chickens. They raised them, they butchered them, they bagged them, they froze them. When they ate their first chicken, they realized on butcher day they used a brand new hose. So it was a brand new hose, and they washed the chickens and ice bathed the chickens in the water that they used this brand new hose on. All of their chickens, the first chicken they cooked, tasted like that rubbery. They had that rubbery flavor from the hose. Ah, so sad. I mean, I was telling Natalie, I'm like, that's like the worst, right? I mean, so they're gonna throw them all away. I'm like, we'll take them. I mean, they're fine. They just taste like rubbery chicken. So of course they're fine for the hogs. They farm the exact same way we do. They actually use the same feed we do. So it's 100% organic, non-GMO feed. They raise them on pasture. They rotationally graze them. They actually use the chicken tractors, the Soliton tractors, the lower tractors. So they move them. They're on fresh grass twice a day. Again, I understand the food source. It just tastes like rubber. Pigs aren't going to care. They're going to eat them. So they were going to throw them all away, and we were like, we'll take them. We'll take them. So we ended up with 25 of their chickens. Ah, so sad. I mean, it's sad. We've had travesty after travesty this year. You know, we're on our 3rd batch of turkeys, and that's nothing compared to what they did, because they raised them, they fed them, they moved them, all this labor. They slaughtered and eviscerated and bagged them and froze them. Just the amount of time and money and effort. So sad. So sad for them, happy for us. We're not happy, we're sad for them. But it worked out for us that we're able to feed them to the pigs. So that's what we're doing. I'll talk about why we're doing the amount that we're doing here in a minute. Yeah. Okay, so ratios, how we feed our hogs. So how we feed our hogs, I looked it up, and it's going to be a little different with the breeders. So we got to figure that out. But for now, they're only 5 months old. It's pretty simple. We feed 1 pound of grain. So 1 pound of grain per month of age. So a 2-month-old hog is going to get 2 pounds of grain every day. These are 5-month-olds, so they should essentially get 5 pounds of grain a day, so that's 10 pounds of grain. When you're converting grain to food scraps, you want to double it. So these 2 hogs should get about 20 pounds of scraps or 10 pounds of grain. So what we did is we did 2 pounds of grain, which means we need 16 pounds of food to offset the other 8 pounds of grain. So 16 pounds of food. We gave them 1.5 gallons of milk. Half a gallon of milk weighs around 4 pounds, a little more than 4. So I'm going to round down 4 pounds. And then we did 3 4-pound chickens. So we got, So we have 12 pounds of milk, 12 pounds of chicken. And now I'm doing my math, and it's actually a little less. We probably need to give them a little more grain. So that's 24 pounds of food, which is, no, that's way more. We give them way more food. Yeah, we actually overfed them, which is fine. I'm cool with it. So we gave them 24 pounds of food, which is a 12-pound equivalent. They only needed 10 pounds, plus another 2 pounds of grain, which is fine. We want to give them a little grain, like Natalie was saying. We don't want to just feed them scraps. So that grain's got overall nutritional value added in. And we gave them charcoal today. And that will probably, once we get their water set up, I'll throw some apple cider vinegar in there. We need to give them some diatomaceous earth. We need to get them oriented onto our farm. So we'll hit all that here over the next few days. But yeah, we definitely overfed. They also got all of our food scraps today as well, so, which is fine. They had a stressful day yesterday, travel all day. I'm not sure if they ate a whole lot yesterday. We picked them up early morning, and then we didn't get home till late last night. I fed them about 6 pounds of grain last night, and I highly doubt they ate yesterday morning from the farm we picked them up on. So they were probably underfed yesterday, had a stressful day. So I'm okay with what we did today. But that's how we figure that out. Okay, so talked about this a few videos ago, but this is, we got a good 2 gallons. I mean, it's right at the top there. So right at 2 gallons. The way we got there, we're separating. We're now separating the calf. So, and she's got lots in there. I can feel, I mean, she has so much milk. She's still holding back. She isn't letting it down because we got this calf on. So we separate the calf at night. Again, I went through this a few videos ago. If you want to check that out, go check out the video on it, why we do it, how we do it, in order to increase our milk productivity. All right, we are gonna call it a day today. I can smell that swill starting to, it smells like boiled chicken. So we're almost done there. And then of course I'll kill it and I'll just let it sit for an hour or so to bring the temp down. I'm not gonna go give these pigs scorching hot chicken so they burn their tongue. So I'll kill that, go give them some swill here in about an hour or so. We're gonna call it a day today. As always, appreciate each and every one of you. Our hope for this channel is that you're able to pick up a tip, a trick, a golden nugget to help you on your homesteading journey. If that's the case, go ahead, hit subscribe below, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, keep bringing feedback, comments. Appreciate each and every one of you. We'll catch you next time.